Welcome, one and all. Welcome to all astrology lovers, star seeds, light workers, shadow workers. Come on in and let's do a little Scorpio new moon eclipse ritual tonight. I'm so happy to be here with you tonight. I feel like my chair's off just a little bit. I thought that maybe I'd give you a little sneak peek for those that are loading up in the chat of what we got going on here. So let's just see what we've got going on here. Oh boy. Had a little bit of Palo Santo smudging the space as we opened up the beautiful live stream tonight. Tonight we're going to talk a little bit about this Scorpio eclipse. We're not going to dive super deep into it. But first, I want to give you a little bit of this smudge, this wonderful, I have Palo Santo, tobacco, and rose petals in here just for you and for the chat and for everyone that is on the live stream. So grateful that you are here spending your Friday night working on your frequency with me. This is going to be fun. So, if you know me, you know that I never, ever, 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 ever say you can do ritual wrong. Ritual is all about the intention that you set, okay? You be in a good heart space and your intention that you're setting for that time period. The Scorpio new moon eclipse will happen this coming week. Next Tuesday, in fact, I will be here live during the eclipse. So that'll be fun. For those of you that are new, I am an intuitive evolutionary astrologer, galactic shamanic starseed, and just a human in a flesh suit, living this life on this planet, raising this frequency of the planet with love. That's what it's all about, right? It's about love. And Scorpio is some of the deepest love there is. Scorpio doesn't feel love lightly. There is no, oh, maybe so energies with Scorpio. No. It's all or nothing. It's all in. This is a time for you to go all in. Okay? Now, we do have a few little wonky things happening with Scorpio because when you start to speak to Scorpio energy, it's about addictions, becoming addicted in a deep core sense to something or someone. Okay? Obsessions. Big time. You don't want to get lost in the deep, dark waters of scorpionic energy as we go through the energies of Scorpio season. We're just about in Scorpio season this Sunday. The exact same day that Scorpio season begins, Saturn goes direct. Big Granddaddy Saturn says, "Oop! It's Scorpio season, time to get to work. Time to get to business." Okay? So that'll be a slow process, right? Where we may see some blocks there. But really, it's about integrity. Scorpio is a very integral sign. We don't make promises we can't keep. We're not really that flexible on things, although we try. Yes, we do. We do try. And if you're new to me, I'm a Scorpio sun and a Scorpio rising in the first house, with a Mars in Scorpio at 1 degrees in the 12th. And then I've got Uranus conjunct Venus in Libra in the 12th. And Pluto's hanging out there too in the 12th. So I'm all kinds of activated. Anyway, it's so good to see everybody here. I hope that you all gathered the items that you need for tonight's ritual. I'll give you a little peek. That's what's going on the table down here. Okay, so we're about to get started on this ritual. But I did want to talk to you a little bit about, let's go ahead and take that out of there, a little bit about ritual. This ritual is a deep, dark ritual. We're going into a darkened time. Even Venus herself is in the underworld at this time. What that means is Venus is conjunct the sun. And so the sun's so big and bright, it kind of burns out her flare, you see? So this entire process over this next month, okay, going into November for sure, all of Scorpio season, the sun and Venus are moving together through this whole process. Now, even though Venus is in the underworld, it doesn't mean that her love, her balance, her harmony, her just deserves, making things just, is completely dead, okay? It's just a deeper, more intimate way. Scorpio is about metamorphosis, all right? Think about how the caterpillar becomes the butterfly. That is the time period. We're in this caterpillar stage right now, all right? So whatever intentions that you're going to set, and I will guide you through the process, don't worry. And also, you can't do ritual wrong. I already said it once, but I'm going to say it again. You cannot do ritual wrong as long as you have a good heart space. You know, you've taken time to do your own spiritual hygiene, all right? If you don't know what spiritual hygiene is, that means you wash your ass, you smudge yourself, or you just bring in that golden light, because you are an eternal sovereign being, okay? You have the God spark within you. You are the creator, all right? You are creating your reality. You're the only one here. There are multiple soul fractals of self happening in all different dimensions, all different timelines, all different periods, and all different forms that are also you. It's quantum, okay? So when we do ritual, we set intention. We set the intention that this is going to be for the good of ourselves, good of our families, our friends, for all involved. And it's going to be deep. And this is something that's going to be transformational, something that will be lasting, okay? I do want, because it really kind of blew my mind here. I was doing a little just reading the other night. And this is one of my books, right here. Deva Green. She is the daughter of the great Jeffrey Wolf Green, okay, who was the professor, teacher of evolutionary astrology, kind of like for years and years and years, okay? He taught my professor, okay? So I was reading through, and I love Deva. She's great. She's wonderful. But I was reading through here, and I came across something that I would like to read to you before we begin this ritual tonight, all right? I see you all loading in the chat. Thank you for being here. We're jumping right in. All right. Oh, and I probably should put the banner up so y'all know what we're doing, right? Okay. There it is. It's overcoming obstacles. How many people, raise your hand in the chat, raise your hand in the comments, have you had any obstacles in the past couple of weeks that you've had to overcome? This month is all about overcoming obstacles, all right? List them. I want to see. I do go back and I read all of the chat. By the way, if you're new, I'm on YouTube and Facebook and in multiple groups. So I'm on multiple platforms, and all of your chats come through in one long stream here on my end of it, okay? If you're on Facebook, go over to the YouTube. Most of the people are in the chat there, okay? All right, here we go. So we're just going to learn a little bit about Scorpio from this lovely, where is my magnifying glass? There it is, okay. Scorpio, its ruler Pluto, and the 8th house. This is a female, feminine sign. It's a water sign. It's a fixed sign. Okay? The archetype of Scorpio symbolizes the soul and the process of the metamorphosis of evolution. Common analogy to use is, like I said, she says it right here, the caterpillar that forms the cocoon, then transforms into a butterfly. All right. This reflects transmutation, transmuting things. All right. One form leading to another, completely transforming. This is what we're doing. In this archetype, we come face to face with our own limitations and points of weaknesses that we must overcome if we are to evolve. We experience power and powerlessness as a result. This archetype symbolizes the awareness of universal forces and the desire to merge with these universal forces. Ultimately, these forces are those of God or Satan. Good and evil. Night side, light side. If you know me, you know what I'm talking about. In a sense, the confrontation of the ego and the soul is reflected in this archetype in relation to the two existing desires within the soul. The soul desires to grow, yet fear of the unknown related to the pre-existing emotional security patterns creates the need to sustain separating desires and the old orientation of life in general. So it's that push and pull. It's that I really want to do this. Oh, but I'm scared. What if I step out and I try this? Oh, but what happens? I get that all the time, especially when I was younger. I've evolved. Scorpio desires to penetrate to the core. It's the bottom line of any dynamic that is preventing further growth. This creates the need for a psychological understanding of our own motivations, intentions, and desires, as well as the need to understand others in this same way. Stay with me. This is going to get really good in just a second. This is why the archetype correlates with the field of psychology. In essence, Scorpio is always asking why. Why life? Why death? Why do I operate in this way? And another person in that way? In addition, the need for evolution and transmutation creates the need to experience or challenge that which is labeled taboo or forbidden by society. Scorpio correlates with the dynamics of manipulation, use, loss, and betrayal. These distortions manifest because of unconscious emotional security factors and the resistance to change. This archetype reflects the fear of abandonment, betrayal, and loss. These fears lead to psychological suspensions and of knowing whom to trust and whom not to trust. There is commonly a fear of commitment, yet simultaneously the desire, the deep desire to commit to just one partner in a relationship. So I'm not going to keep going with this. I could, but there is one other thing I wanted to say that Deb wrote here for all of the water signs. So if you're water sign, pay attention, and you've got water in your chart, and everyone has Scorpio in their chart. Okay, so this is for everybody. The water triad of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces symbolizes the emotional body in total, and the metamorphosis, Scorpio. So Scorpio's the metamorphosis of the self-image and egocentric structure of the emotional body. Cancer, the Cancerian crab, as the soul merges with the creator, Pisces. Do you see? Do you see how powerful this is? Anytime we do ritual, it's always powerful. But this time especially, because there's something else that I'm not going to pull the chart up tonight. You'll see the chart. We'll break the chart down next Tuesday on the eclipse. I'll be here live with you to talk all about it. But there's something I must say. This eclipse is at 2 degrees 0.00. Venus is also at 2 degrees on this eclipse. So you have Venus in Scorpio at 2 degrees, 39 minutes. You have the sun at 2 degrees, 00. You have the moon at 2 degrees, 00. And then not too far off, which is very interesting. And if you remember at the beginning of the year, and maybe a couple of times throughout the year, I've said the number 22 is way more significant in this year's astrology than just being 2022 year. Because then at Mercury, we'll be at 22 degrees of Libra. Right there, just coming up right behind, causing mischief. Well, there might be a mistress, but causing mischief. Lots of mischiefness going to be happening. And there's going to be a lot of things surfacing. Scorpio digs down deep to bring it all up. And it's not pretty. It never is. Scorpio is the most psychic sign in the zodiac. And they can see right through your bullshit. So you'll have a lot of people, especially with the ruler of Mars. This is ancient ruler Scorpio, slowing down, making our ego feel like, I really want to go do this, but I don't have the energy. Or just having people running their mouths because it's in Gemini, and Gemini runs their mouth. They can talk. Let's get real. And I love my Geminis. I'm not picking on you. I can hear you. But this is with Uranus conjunct to Taurus North Node. Okay, so the nodal axis is how we get an eclipse, okay? This is how that shows us where and when the eclipses are going to be, the North and the South Node. You've heard me talk about that. So Uranus with that North Node is unexpected, explosive. Who knows what's going to happen? You can't talk about this solar eclipse without looking at the lunar eclipse that's about to happen 2 weeks away. Okay? That's the big one. That's a full. This is a partial solar eclipse, new moon, a little bit lighter, kind of, if you can even use light with a Scorpio eclipse. But it does have Venus there. It's kind of like that Persephone story. I've told the story before about, Persephone was taken by Hades, Pluto, which is in Capricorn, which just went forward direct. Saturn goes forward direct the day before, or 2 days before this whole eclipse takes place. Mars is going to cause problems. Mercury is going to make people move their mouth in an ugly way. And there's going to be some illusion and delusional stuff. Because guess what else? Right after we have this eclipse, Jupiter is going to go right back into Pisces and dip his little toe in there and say, hey, but hold on. Did you forget about this with your faith? How are you in your faith? Get your faith intact now. This is chaotic times. Financial chaos. Have integrity with everything you do. This is very Scorpio. There's also Chiron, who will come in and give us a lot of healing. So the herbs and the stones and the oils and everything that I selected for this ritual came through a download, not through a book. And we're just going to go with this, and then it'll be something that will carry on with you. Okay? So that's about all I'm going to say on the actual astrology of it. Like I said, we'll break it all down pretty hardcore with the calendar, with everything that, you know how I do it. We'll break it all down for you next Tuesday night. Let's get into this ritual. First things first. I look at eclipses as tower moments. So in the tarot, there it is. So look at this cosmic tarot tower. Major life event, major arcana card, the tower. She's going to be shockened into awakening. But she's receiving it. When those challenging, shocking times come in that just knock you off your rocker, receive it, because you're getting an up-leveling to your soul's evolution. It's part of your path. Okay? Also, wanted to show you the tarot card that represents Scorpio, which is death. Everybody knows Scorpio, death, transformation, and rebirth, okay? It's when the Grim Reaper comes on in, and he's all flighty about it. He's cool. He's like, this is just my job. This is what I do. I come and take you from your body, transform you into the afterlife so that you may become reborn. It's a cycle. It's deep. It's the unseen. It's everything esoteric, all the metaphysics. That's Scorpio. It's also criminals, mobsters, evildoers. Very much so. So tonight we're going to instill some love and some light into some energies that are going to stay with you. All right? So let's go ahead. I'm going to wait to read the degree point, I think, because I've already gone long enough. I will wait and read the degree point next week for the Sabian symbol. All right. Let's say hello to everybody in the chat. All right. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell. And when you hit that little bell next to subscribe on YouTube, hit all. Because I'm going to be jumping on here at random times. Things are shifting. Things are transforming. Things are changing for myself and for everyone. So I would love it if you would just turn your notifications on and come join me if you're able. But if you're not able, I love you, my time travelers on YouTube. If you're time traveling, I love you. Tell me how this is affecting you. Let me know. I read all the comments and I always respond. It may take me a few days or even a week, but I always get there. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see who's in the chat. Okay. It's okay, Frank. Look, see, there's a perfect example. Frank says, I've got a 2-hour scooter ride home. Have a nice one. He's going to watch later as a time traveler. Cool. So cool. No worries. And that's right. Amy has got the right idea here. She says, join Chand on YouTube and like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to the moderators. Thank you to the groups. I love you. I appreciate you. And I honor you. Truly. Let's see who else. Hello. Greetings from Renee. Everybody pipe in where you are on the planet so we kind of have an idea. And there's Annette. Oh, I love Miss Annette. Annette is going to be one of our sponsors. Actually, it's just going to be me and Annette, the sponsors for Scorpio season. And they are really, 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 I think, probably the best prizes. If you're new to my channel, I do giveaways. I've done giveaways for almost 2 years now. Every single full moon week, we do a giveaway. So you want to comment on this video because it does count. It gets your name in the drawing, but you have to comment on the replay. You have to come back and then comment, all right? And let's see here. Hello, Amana Ann. Thank you for being here. And there's that beautiful photographer, Erin Anderson. I'm located on Padre Island, Texas. That is North Padre Island, not South Padre Island. Right there in Corpus Christi, the sparkling city by the sea. I love it here, and I do in-person and virtual sessions. So get on my wait list by emailing me. All of that information is also in the description below. Okay, let's see who else we have. Amy. Oh my goodness. Hi, Amy. Thanks for being here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hey, hey. Let's see. And then we have Kat. There's Kat's Unity. I think Kat's Unity is going to also be a sponsor for 2023. We were talking about that. So looking forward to all of her goods and her beautiful tea reads. I need to get a tea read from you. I would love, I've never had anybody read my tea leaves. I think that would be so cool. Let's see what else here. There's Tracy Lee and there's Christina Carr. She's working and listening, of course. Our very own Aries with Jupiter at 1 degree, almost back to 0 degrees. I can only imagine how much that is expanding on you because it's conjunct to my emotional moon. So I've been expanding on my emotions, but I've been feeling so deep. It's another level. There's been this beautiful team, is what I will say, that has been coming through me in the channel on the sessions, especially after we went and did the Stonehenge ceremony with a lovely group of souls in Ingram, Texas. I mean, it's just amazing how beautiful these energies have been for me. Even though they're going to look chaotic out on the, I can just see it now. There's already chaos. And leaders stepping down. Someone messaged me. Lacey messaged me. You were right. The Prime Minister stepped down from the UK. And I don't follow the news. I'm not a mundane astrologer. I'm here for you. I'm here to help raise your frequency. I'm here to give you some guidance so you can maneuver through these energies and tell you a little bit about what's coming, what to expect, how people will be a little more intense. Scorpio is one of the most intense. Scorpio is the most intense sign of the zodiac. And it takes years and years of transforming ourselves over and over and over. I mean, until you finally get to that point where you realize the intensity has to come from love, pure love, but also honoring the dark and knowing there's going to be shit's. This is what I wrote on the calendar. I remember I put shift, S-H-I-F-T. Shift is going to hit the fan, and we're drawing a line in the sand behind us and walking away for this coming Sunday. When Saturn, and I'm getting tingles, when Saturn goes direct, that's going to be, and right before this eclipse, yeah, something's going to happen. There's going to be, and it's hard to predict what, with Uranus being conjunct to the North Node. Because Uranus is like shocking, like unexpected. Believe me, whatever it is in your life that you think is going to happen, it ain't going to happen that way. It's going to shift. And it might even be a positive shift, just depending upon where it is hitting in your chart. What house is your Scorpio house? Where is it at? Where is Saturn in your, like, so Mars is going retrograde all through Gemini for like months and months and months. He's going to be there for like 8 months. And he's going to go back and forth, right? Because that's what they do. They go over all those degree points. So also, if you have any planets in your Gemini house, whichever that house is, so like I have Saturn there. Shit. Mars, my ancient ruler, is going to go across my Saturn and then come right on back. So it's good. It's going back and forth. It's going to be very interesting for sure. All right, let's get into this. Hi, everybody. Hi, Kelly. I see you there, sweetheart. There's Kristen. Yay. Go, Kristen from Australia tuning in. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, do you have any Scorpio placements? Jesse James, what? Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it. I really can't believe it. What? Jesse James, finally you get to one of my lives. And just so you know, Jesse James was my dear late husband's name. He went by Jesse James. It was Jesse James Martinez. So that just lifted my energy. Thank you. Yes, there's a complete replica of Stonehenge, and it's so amazing. It really is. I could not believe the energy. I looked up and I saw so many, there were these trees that literally were speaking to me. And then there's the river. And I had this pelican feather in my vehicle for, I promise you, a couple of years. And I was told, take that pelican feather and offer it to the river. So we did our ceremony, and then I offered it, and I put it in the flowers because there were so many monarch butterflies. There must have been 20, 30 just in this one little spot that I was going to offer the feather to the river so that I could bring a piece of Padre Island up the river, you see? And then we allow all that energy just to flow through the land. All the intent of peace. Seeing the world at peace. The tarot, the astrology, the tools that you use in your practice are just that. It's tools. Your intention and how you maneuver throughout the process is the transformation, is the magic with a K, is the alchemy, right? So let's get into this ritual. I'm excited. By the way, after the ritual, this is going to be tricky, but I've got a little tray over here with just a couple of cards, and we'll do a collective card pull, and that'll be the end of it. No Q&A tonight. Okay, let's do this ritual. Let's do it. Okay, so we can get that, and let's go ahead and get this all out of here so you can see full screen. What? Okay, there it goes. And then that. Oh, yes, I have to speak of Kayla Klassen. Okay, so see this? Do y'all see this? Let me just I'm going to zoom in. I'm kind of scared, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to zoom in. This is a shaman stone, and it's got a rose on it. I don't know if you can see. I can't get too close but look. Can you see it? It's so amazing. I love it. Thank you, Kayla. Kayla is an amazing, she does some really beautiful pieces, and I love it. And I just want to give her a shout out. So thank you. She's in the Crystalline Connections group, and she's out of Colorado, but she's a Texas girl. She's from El Paso. Love her, love her, love her. Okay, let's get this going. Let's just go. Let's do this. All right, so how we're going to do this is we're going to go like this, so you can see the full screen. Okay. And please understand that this is kind of my first time doing the ritual like this, so bear with me. Oh, wait, hold on. And then I want to add my little self. There. Okay, cool. Okay, so here you will see on the board is a lot of stuff, right? Understand that I have just put sodalite, because sodalite is one of the stones of Scorpio, and I have placed it here. We also have malachite, one of the stones of Scorpio. Okay. Also, want to make sure that you understand something about malachite. Okay. Oh, I keep thinking I have to do that. Malachite, in its raw form, excuse me. Yes, they're coming through. Malachite in its raw form, and Kayla, she was like, you do know this? And I was like, yes, I know. This has to be, you want to wash your hands pretty thoroughly, after using it, but you don't want to hold it in its raw form. You don't want to ingest it. You don't put this in water and drink it. You can put a tiniest, minute touch, if you had a powder, for deep, releasing of toxicities. This takes all the toxins and pulls them out of your energetic field. Okay? I gave this to a client today as their companion stone. Every one of my clients get a companion stone from the beginning to the end. And I knew he needed it, and it works. Trust me. So anyway, I have it over here pointing towards the sunstone and the black obsidian. See there? Because I want to balance the sun in Scorpio being eclipsed by the moon. You see? See how I'm doing that? That solar eclipse? So this is why I have it positioned this way. Of course, you have the scorpion, then you have the tiger's eye for courage. I have some labradorite here to pull in my galactic team. This is to me, very galactic. And I then, of course, have my Andaras and a few others just around. So we won't go over every single stone because we'll be here all night. But anyway, it's important that you have a rose. You see the rose here? Okay. You have a rose. And I have it in a little vase. See, I have it just like that. We're going to use this over time. So it's important you have your rose. All right. To begin, I have all of the oils that I need. Okay, so I got some frankincense oil. And then I have my own mix of Persephone oil that has all kinds of good stuff. Rose and just different oils and stones and stuff in there. And then I have... and this was a last minute thing because they said, go and get your moldavite. So this is my moldavite. It's a tiny moldavite. I don't know if you can really see it that well. Let's see if I can do it like this. There. Anyway, it's a little bitty moldavite, but it's a real genuine one. And they said to pull it out and to also pull out, which I don't use a lot of this unless I'm making my sprays for my clients and stuff, the moldavite essential oil. Okay. said, go ahead and pull that in. And then, of course, you know, different little stuff, magnets and copper. It just got a lot of stuff. You get what you like and you put it on your board. But it's always good to look up, like if you're whatever moon you're focusing on. And a new moon is what? When we set intentions, because we want to grow our intentions with the moon, right? But we don't set the intention. We don't take action on it until about 48 hours after it crests. The reason we're doing this here today early is because the moon is in Virgo right now, okay? Virgo is the healer. This is exactly everything we're doing here across this board is very Virgonian. All of the little things in their place, everything lined up so that she can conduct her ritual for the betterment of herself and humanity. All right? So, I want to begin by lighting the candle. So if you have a candle, a white candle, I told you to get a tall, big one, a 10-day candle. You get them like at the dollar store. I'm going to go ahead and light my candle. As I'm lighting the candle, I'm going to be thinking about what my intention is under a deep transformational intention. Remember, eclipse energy, and this is an intention we're setting. Eclipse energy is very much about people, places, and things coming in and out of our lives. It eclipses it gone, or it eclipses it here. You just, you know. So go ahead and start light your candle. I'll light my candle. Take a nice deep breath of cleansing white light as you do it. Be very intentional as you light your candle. Look at the flame. What does it look like? How is it burning? The other thing you want to do is when you blow it out, watch the smoke. See how it moves. If it's moving more to the right, you might have some dark or night side energy. If it's moving more to the left, you have some light side energies around you. Energies being guides, gateway keepers, cosmic soul family, angelics, celestials, fae, you know. We've already smudged the space, okay? So that before you even light your candle, you've smudged your space real well, I hope. And if you haven't, start doing that right now. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to take, okay, so you have your glass of water, okay? This right here is a bowl of water, okay? You're going to keep this bowl of water on your bed, like your nightstand next to your bed. Okay. You have your mallet thing. Okay, so like you see here, I already have. Can you see in that? Let me hold on a second. We need some more light. So inside there, I have my black tourmaline. Okay. And I'm going to crush it with intention. And you don't need a lot. Like, it doesn't have to totally, like, that's all I need. Okay? So see that? This piece I can save for later. So I'm just going to put it on the board. But you see how you just have a little bit in there. It doesn't take a lot. You don't have to use a whole lot of stuff for your intention. Okay? So then you're going to just kind of break it down. And as I'm doing it, I'm being very mindful. Mindful of my heart space. Mindful of my intention that I'm setting. Feeling into the energy. You're going to do, you see you have your selenite. You should have a piece of selenite. I'm just showing the selenite because I already have crushed selenite. But you see here, okay, see that goes in there. In your little mortar, or you can put it straight off in the other one. If you only have one, put it straight off in there, because that's what I'm about to do. So you see, you just take your selenite and you just push the light. Push the light. It's like pushing out your life force field, the field that is all around you. You're pushing your light, the light of the God Smart, into the selenite. Intentional light, liquid light, crystalline Christed light. Intention, right there into it, okay? Right into it. So, go ahead and crush you up some selenite. I'm going to do mine. It's fun, right? Absolutely. Renee asks if you can use a dried rose petal. You may for now, but you need to go get a fresh one tomorrow because you will need that over the next week or 10 days, just depending upon how long it takes. Always want a fresh rose. Rose. Okay. All right. Now, what I'm going to do, because I didn't want to have a big mess, I got pomegranate as one of my secondary. This is organic pomegranate powder. Okay. So pomegranate powder directly in there with the tourmaline. Okay. Just throw some off in there. There you go. Pomegranate powder. Great stuff. You can get it at like Sprouts. Then, and pomegranate is for like, it's for like that sexy time. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's like the forbidden fruit. Okay? Because this is Scorpio we're talking about. Right? They rule sex. They rule the lower extremities and all of our genitalia area. All right? Sex with a Scorpio is often extremely, well, it's powerful as fuck. Because we don't just do it with anybody. And when we do, it's like a merging of one's soul. It's like sucking the soul energy sexually. If that's the only way I can describe it. Okay. Not that I've had it in a long time, but when I did, I do remember. I'm not that old yet. Anyway, so next, I want you to have a look here. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, inside here, what I have, maybe, let me try to do this a little better. Okay, I'm going to have to move this because it's going to burn my hand off. There we go. So inside here, I have, see all these little dried flowers? I have been gathering, oh, one fell in the water, but that's okay. It was meant to. Nothing ever happens by mistake in ritual. It all is supposed to be exactly as it is, right? So I have all these little dried flowers that I've been collecting from the lovely bouquet that I got at the Mad Hatter Chapel of Spiritual Light fundraiser that was from Freedom Harvest Farms, okay? So I've been collecting these and just putting energy. And I also added inside there carnelian, because carnelian is also very scorpionic energy. It's really good for vitality, health. If you're doing workouts, you're trying to work out, wear some carnelian in your bra. It's really good for that. And then I also added some tiger eye for courage, for integrity, for taking control of your life. Okay? And then I believe there's some clear quartz in there as well. So all of this right here, I'm going to put in the mix. Okay? Also, there it is. I'm going to put my little bit of selenite that I crushed up in the mix. It's so much fun. And then I also have some nettle. See here? That is nettle. The lovely Shar Roberts hooked me up with this stuff. Nettle is a weed, really, but it's a powerful weed, okay? It'll piss off your neighbors if you plant it, because it's really hard to get rid of. It sticks and it grows like crazy. So that's what is all scorpionic, see, because they're very fixated on what they're doing, and they can't stop growing and transforming and transmuting. It's kind of like literally impossible for me to do that. Like, I have to force myself to take time off. And even then, I didn't take full time off. It was like, I'll take a little time off of this. But it's an obsession. Scorpios are very obsessed about what they do. They're obsessed about the people they love. They're obsessed. You know, there's an obsession factor there. All right? And that's nettle. Also, I have just a hint of salt. I don't know if I told y'all to get salt. I'm sorry. I always add salt. Always, always. Just to cleanse. Just to ground. It's an always thing for me. And then I also have some blessed thistle. Okay. And that blessed thistle is here. This right here is all about reproductive area. If you're trying to get pregnant, work with it. Or if you're just trying to have sex, use it. Dump it in the mix. It'll be great. Okay, and then now, finally, I also add a little bit of hibiscus and rosehip in representation of love. Just, representation of love, filling it with love, purity, expansion of love. Knowing that every moment that I'm doing this, every single thing on this table has energy and is the energy that I've intended it to be. Every single stone, every bowl, every spoon, the candle, the flower, all of it has been placed out in the sun, has been infused with love. All of it, before I ever even began. Okay? A ritual is a process that you start the day before, or maybe even 2 or 3 days before. I was running back up to the store because I was like, I'm not going to do sticky pomegranate seeds, and I'm not going to try to eat that because I didn't want to make a mess because my Libra placements won't allow it. Okay? Anyway, so that's why I found the organic powder. Look, it's amazing. Organic power powder. It's for power. Power. And Pluto, the ruler of Scorpio, is the planet of power. Big power. Gazillionaire power. All right? So, what I want you to do now, if you have your wand, is I want you to tap it 3 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And I want you to take your wand and hold it in the center of your heart, right at your highest heart chakra, right there. Cosmic heart chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, sacral chakra, root chakra. From here down is where we're working, okay? That's all intended. Make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Okay, so now, take your mallet, start crushing all of that together. Crush it with the intention. May this sacred medicine, speak it, Speak it with me now. May this sacred medicine of herbs, sacred stones, and the oils be infused for my highest intention and the highest intention of all, allowing the divine crystalline blue source light to flood through everything I say and do from here forth. And so it is. Lakach. Namaste. Wow, that almost made like a bell. I was like, wait, I didn't bring any of the Tibetan bowls in tonight. Okay. So this water is very important, okay? This you're going to take right here and you're going to put it in this water. You ready? Slowly, watching it as it falls, seeing how the herbs and the stones fall into the water. This is my Aries moon water, by the way. I set it out under the Aries moon, but you can use any kind of water. So you're just going to kind of dump it in there slowly, letting it, seeing how it falls, allowing it all to come together. Take your hands and infuse it with light, love, health, transformation. This is a massive upgrade that you are doing just with this intention. It's a massive up-leveling of releasing toxicity. It's becoming I'm seeing the flying sea goat, the flying unicorn at the top of the mountain. You know, Capricorn becomes the flying unicorn at the top of the mountain. So from here, we've done our herbs and we've done our stones. Now, we're going to bring in our oils. You want 1 drop of each oil that you've chosen. Frankincense for protection, for inflammation, inflamed toxicities. My Persephone oil for this entire time period of falling into the underworld. 1 drop only. And then I'm putting moldavite, and I'm going to hold my moldavite and one of my Andaras in my hand. And I'm going to infuse this with cosmic galactic wisdom. Not of this world. Okay. Now, I'm not real sure if any of you got your selenite, or I'm sorry, your shungite. Remember, I told you you needed a shungite. And I know I have a shungite on here somewhere. Okay, well, there it is. Okay. This is a little shungite raw stone. Okay. So it's just a little raw pyramid. Shungite is really good. You can put shungite inside your water. You can put it in your smoothies. I just want to show you in the hard form so you had an idea of what it looks like. Okay. But I have the powder here because I put the powder in my smoothie every day. Just a touch, like the size of a piece of rice. No bigger, maybe even smaller than a piece of rice. It really does help block all of the electromagnetic frequencies that are harmful to our bodies. So if you have your shungite, you can put it right off in your water, okay? I'm just going to put my shungite powder right there. I want you to take your rose and place it right over, okay? Right over the water. I want you to imagine as though the rose energy, the aura of the rose all around it, right, is going straight into your beautiful transformational Scorpio eclipse bowl of love and light. Feel into it. Make it so. Okay? Like, feel that love. Feel the transformation happening. See it in your mind's eye already taking place. This is something you're going to do every single day. What I just told you, to see it in your mind's eye, to feel the love of the rose, the energy of the rose. It is medicine from God, from Gaia. Now you're going to take one rose petal, and if you have a dried flower, just use the dried for now and then go get a real one tomorrow. You're going to take one rose petal, and you're going to dip it deep down in your, right in there. Dip it, move it around, feeling and loading it all up with that beautiful love, the deep, deep, obsessive love for yourself. There you go. And then you're going to take your rose and put it back in your little vase. Okay. Last but not least, we are going to take our glass of water. This is the glass that I'm using here. Okay. You can use any glass as long as it's glass. And I have a clear quartz that I'm going to put off in there. Okay. And this is like the second to the last thing. Go ahead. Set this right here. Go ahead and fill it with your water. I'm just using Hawaiian volcanic water. Just fill it with a little bit, like just halfway. Just enough for that water to infuse with that crystal. Okay. Now, I want you to take one of your stones, as long as it's not a stone that's harmful to your body, something that you have out in front of you, and add it to the water. Whichever stone you feel called to, okay? I'm going to go for my green Andara. It's kind of an aqua blue green Andara. And I'm going to put that in the water. Softly so you don't break it. Just kind of, there you go. That's why you don't want to fill it up all the way. All right, I've got to move this over here. Now, did anybody get their chocolate? Did you get your chocolate? Your dark chocolate. Whichever it is, whatever it is, open it up and have it ready. It's another thing. Scorpio loves dark stuff. The darker the better. Dark chocolate. Give it to me all day long, every day, all day. All right. So the water is going to represent the fluidity of light, crystalline light, going into your body. The chocolate is going to represent the shadow, the deep, dark, transformational process that you must go through in order to get to the other side of this Scorpio eclipse. So now, I'm going to let you choose. You can take on the light first, or you can take on the dark. Which will it be? Let me see in the chat. That is sinly fucking delicious. Seriously. I am going to love and appreciate the shadow within me because it's also sweet. It's also creator. Savor your chocolate. Savor your water. I'm going to wash it down with the light of Christ. Crystalline blue source light. The true blue source. This water, I claim and I infuse my energetic creator light that is from the God Sport, the God Spark. Okay? You infuse it with your intention. And have a drink. Don't swallow the stone. Carefully. There is nothing like the creator going down after some dark, shadowy, sinful chocolate, right? You know that's funny. You know it is. You know it, you know it, you know it, you know it. So now what you're going to do, now that you've come to the close of your ritual, this bowl right here, okay? This bowl right here. See it? I'm going to go ahead and blow myself up so you can see. So this bowl right here is going to sit on your nightstand. And every night, you're going to have yourself a little glass of water with the clear quartz crystal and any other crystal you feel you need. You might go and look up what crystal is good for your astrological sun sign. Okay? Only a half a cup. You don't need a lot. And every day, this is going to be working on your subconscious and your unconscious while you sleep. Okay? It's a good thing to do at night, or if you're a morning person, do it in the morning. Set your intention, infuse your energy, and then you drink your water. And if you want to have your chocolate, you can have your chocolate, but you don't have to. As long as you drink the water, you're good. But every single day, you're going to pull off another petal. And you're going to add it right in there. Okay? You're going to pull off another petal. And you're going to do the same process. You're going to dip it in there. You're going to feel into the love of the medicine and the energies of the creation. Because see, when two or more come together, it creates magic with a K. We are all setting this intention together now. And even everybody in the future at the same time when they do it. Because it's all illusion, right? So, I'm excited to hear what happens over the next 10 days for you as you go through this process. Because when you do ritual, it's kind of a lot of work to put all this shit together, just so you know. So you want to do it right. And you want to make it last, right? So make it last. Lakesh. Let's just take a couple of minutes here to just breathe in the light and blow out the shadow. Breathing in the golden crystalline light and releasing the shadow. Finding the beautiful smile in your heart, knowing that you are always guided and always loved. Feeling into your ancestral lines, galactic and human. They are always there as well. All you must do is call. Set the intention to learn, to receive the downloads that you need on both the night side and the light side, because you must learn from both. You cannot just be all fluffy, love, and light. You've got to have some dark, shady shit too. Okay? It's about balance. All right. So that will conclude, and I just say namaste and Lakesh over this ritual, and that concludes the ritual portion of the night. What do you think? You like it? That was fun, right? So I'm going to, just to be safe, and also allow your candle to burn right there next to, don't blow out your 10-day candle. Sometimes these things can be 11, but you want to make sure, and I chose the Guardian Angel candle. I like the Guardian Angel candle. Let's see. Hold on. There it is. Just like that. And so don't blow out the candle. You let the candle burn all the way. The light is the crystalline light in your heart. It's continuously working, whether you're there at home or not, and it will not burn your house down. Just don't put it like with a plant over it or anything. Put it in a nice, safe space. Okay. With your loving rose intention transformational Scorpio bowl. Okay, so I'm going to move this on. This is going to be interesting. Let's see if I can do this. Bam! Shazam! I'm done. I want to eat another one of those chocolates, but that will have to wait until tomorrow. Okay, now I've got this new okay. Oh, I don't want it like that. Hold on. Why does it do that? Weird. We have 2 new oracle decks tonight in honor of the Scorpio eclipse. Actually, 1 tarot, 1 oracle. Pardon me. Tarot of Forbidden Dreams and the Halloween oracles coming out to play brand new on this channel tonight for you. I do want to smudge a little bit. Oh, where's that? Where'd it go? Oh, I'm kind of out of sorts, y'all. I've never done that. I need to practice a little more, I guess. Okay. Let's just give it a nice little smudge in here. I feel like we need a little Palo Santo real fast. How did it turn out, guys? I see Kristen there, Annette. Hi, Lady Diana. Oh, and so it is. Very good. Very good. And there we Nice little smudge. This is how we do it on the island, y'all. We use a palm tree prong. There you go. Beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. There we go. And everyone in the chat is clean, cleared, and they want to say consecrated. Namaste. I don't want the screen like this. Let me see if I can change it. There we go. I'm getting better at this stuff. All right. And then we don't need this. All right. And we will zoom it in just a little bit. Thank you, Renee. I'm glad you guys were here. Hi. Hi there. You're right. Very protective. You know, that's something about Scorpio. We're very... Boy, I tell you what, you get a Scorpio for a friend, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a double Scorpio, actually triple. I have a stellium in Scorpio. Sun and rising in the first house. That's like really strong. And then my moon is in Aries, which is Mars energy, same as my ancient ruler. So it's very scorpionic, very Martian energy. It's something about a Scorpio. You'll have a friend for life. But if you cross them too many times, for me, you get 1, 2, and then you're done. We own boundaries. We are the ruler of boundaries. In the zodiac, Scorpio is where you go to learn about your boundaries. Where is your Scorpio house? That is where you learn about your boundaries and how to best utilize your boundaries. Lots of boundaries being set through this time period. So you got to realize that it's important as you flow with whomever it is that you flow with, that you understand that during this time, it's very karmic. It's very fated. Eclipses are always fated. You will have fated connections. I made so many of, that Robert Phoenix and the Leo King event was an amazing event. It was so wonderful. But the best part of it was the connections that I made with beautiful karmic souls that I recognized. It was like I was meant to be there, you see? And I didn't even really have to try. And how amazing it was to be able to be surrounded by over 100 people that are like us, that think outside the box, that know that we are so much more than just what we've been taught for all of these years and years and years, right? It was pretty amazing. It's a very fated time for everybody right now. Pay close attention to the people that you meet. And if you get a tone in your ear, or if you get a ping in your heart, or you get a chill about something, pay attention. It's another thing. Scorpio is very much fixated in. When I'm working on somebody, that's all I'm thinking about. And I start working on them the day before, because I'm connecting with their highest guidance, their highest self, the fractals of all of the oversoul coming forth and lassoing them in, so I can feel into the energies of all fractals of self, all forms, all dimensions, all timelines, pulling them in. I like lasso them in, or I'll cast a love net and bring it in, then channel it out. It's so important that you realize this is very fated time. Okay? That's another thing. I can talk and talk and talk about this stuff forever because I'm a channel. So it just flows through. It just keeps coming. So, with that said, if you choose, look, there's Amy saying her Scorpio is the 12th house. Time to go and reflect on shadow work. Absolutely. And this is the other time. There's going to be some angry moments coming up with Mars going so slow. So understand. If you get pissed, get pissed. Don't shove it under the rug. This is hidden enemies too. Scorpio rules the hidden. You get all kinds of hidden enemies coming out in the 12th house, especially. Okay? People you would have never thought. You're like, well, holy fuck, I didn't know they didn't like me. I think I'm a pretty fabulous person. You know? That happens to me all my life. All my life. And I always truly have the best intent for everyone. But it happens. And it's just part of my process. It's part of my path. And I accept it and I move on. Because guess what? As soon as I draw that line in the sand behind me and I walk on, guess what happens? The universe says, blah, here you go. Here's a whole bunch of more. Here's a whole bunch of more. That was more in alignment for you. That's how it works. It's pretty amazing. There will be a lot of trigger moments coming. This is a chaotic time. All right, let's get into the cards. Let's get into the cards. If you have children around here, get them out. These cards are dirty. Because Scorpio rule. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Hold on. Before we even start this collective read, I want everybody to, wherever you're at, okay, stop paying attention to something else. Stop cooking. Stop whatever you're doing right now. If you have just been listening, I want you to stop. And I want you to either sit or stand. And I want you to gyrate. I want you to move your hips. I want you to literally gyrate your hips back and forth. If you're a man, you're going to go forward and back as if you're having sex. If you're a woman, you're going to gyrate as if you were on top. Okay? Move and feel into your genitalia area during this time. Transformation happens in this area during this time. Also, it is a perfect time to go and take your doctor visits that need to happen for that area. Men and women. Okay? This is when it all happens. This whole area, sacral and root, down, that's Scorpio. Okay? Feel into the physicality of your genitalia. Masturbate. It's very important. And tell you why. Not all the time, not every day. Just do it once during this next month, okay? If you don't have a partner, okay? Do it because what's going to happen is all of that energy is going to rise and transform, transmute, and it's going to come out in love, okay? Do it intentionally. Don't do it pervertedly. Do it because you love yourself. Because guess what the opposite of Scorpio is? Taurus. And that is your physicality. It's all of your senses. This is why I wanted you to put chocolate in your mouth and really feel and taste. Smell the chocolate, that deep, dark chocolate. Wash it down with some water. Feel the water crystallining inside of the crystalline body. That is your physical body. Okay? There's a reason. There's a purpose for all of it. All right, enough gyrating. There you go. Here we go. Calling in the Guardians, the Galactics, and the Gateway Keepers. Guardian, the Guardians, Galactics, and Gateway Keepers. Una la chicken latte. Una la mana shete. Una nyena le shete ha. Una kina aishena. Una la me. Una la de. Un shinka ai inta. Le ana uma shigri galate ulek shigri galate ulek shigri galate ulek shigri ulek shigri ulek shigri le again shigri galate ulek shigri galate au ai shina ai shina ulek shigri oh shina anate onale uncha la shake a shake. Una la linda chukutikinta. Una shenta hina. There's going to be quite a bit of choices. Lots of choices going on here. We're going to be challenged to want to move forward in excitement, to want to go through the adventure, to go down the portal, to slip through the time warp. You know, we're going to be challenged to move forward. Passionately, deeply challenged to move forward. Some things are going to happen really fast. And there's going to be a little bit overindulging going on around you. You may have to flee. But fuck it. It's Scorpio season. If you want to have a threesome, go for it. There are multiple threes on this board. If you want to include a third into your love life, whatever that may be, maybe it's a couple and you include a toy. Well, I don't know. All I'm saying is this is Scorpio season. Get sexual. I mean it. For your spirituality. In a manner of respect and integrity. There will be a love offer at the end. Be cautious. Don't jump for the very first choice. This guy likes to jump for the very first choice right here. This guy. You see? But there's lots of choices. Lots of them. Be careful because some shit could happen really, really fast. And it could be really, really fun with lots and lots of people. But that Knight of Cups coming in at the end with the victory card, even an off victory, because it's like Scorpio sometimes like, oh, I got this, but damn, I don't have this. I wish I did. Shit. You know, it's like victory, but then let down. It's like, I have this fear of the unknown, but I go for it, and it's wonderful and it's awesome, but then there's a letdown. This happens a lot to me. I can be flying on my highest of highs, and some shift will hit the fan to shift me further, to up-level me further. And that's how we're all going through this conscious, collective, evolutionary illumination of the soul and the soul of the planet and the galaxy and the multiverse. It's all happening, right? Spider, community, weaving the web. I spoke to a spider the other day. You know what she said? She said, "This is my business. It's not yours." Seriously. I was like, "So what are you doing there, little spider? You just gonna keep weaving your little web right there in my bathroom, in my hotel room? You just gonna hang out there?" She said it was none of my business. It's all hers. Maybe you need to tell somebody it's none of your business. I can gyrate if I want to, right? Ah, and the apple. I'm holding them upside down. It's exactly what I'm saying. The risk and the reward. You must take the risk in order to receive the reward, but you may get cut. You may have to bleed. And so be it. Your ancestors bled a hell of a lot more than you did. And quite frankly, we have it a hell of a lot easier than they did. So stop your bitching. Trick or treat! Mischief is at play. That would be Mercury. He's going to be causing all kinds of mischief in our energy field over this period of this eclipse for Scorpio and Taurus. Through the whole Scorpio season, you can guarantee there will be some trickery going on. Some, what do I call it? 7 of Swords fuckery. Yes, indeed. Absolutely. But all in all, it truly is that time of year to release, let go. And you hear that shit over and over. So I'm going to tell you to go to the deep, dark places of your sexuality in integrity. And I just want you to all know that I love you and I miss you. And I have missed being here with you. I know the whole every week thing has not been happening, but it will. And it starts next week. And more starts next week as well. So I want to thank you. Thank you. Everyone that's been here tonight. This will conclude our collective card reading for this evening. I will keep you all very close to my hearts, and I will be sending you so much love and sparkling light as you go through this weekend. You know, this week is kind of like, okay, it's real still. Something's about to happen kind of energy. And then it'll probably hit around Sunday, Monday. And then I'll be here Tuesday to talk about it. All right? Sound good? Okay. That's it. I just love you. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe on the video. And if you're a time traveler, please comment so that you get your name in the full moon drawings. Really good package. We're not just talking about one little crystal. We're talking about a package of multiple awesome stuff with sponsors given away every single month on this YouTube channel when you comment on the replay video. That's your name gets in the drawing. Okay? You're welcome. You're very, very welcome. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you to everybody. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Lady Diana. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you giving a shit about your frequency and your spirituality and realizing the more you up level your frequency by doing ritual work, by simply just sitting in the sun and breathing, by taking a shower of light. Your intention, take your hands, place them on your food, and infuse. This is how I do it. Infuse your life. You don't know how that person was, what they were. Maybe they were pissed off while they were cooking your food that you went and picked up at the local diner or whatever. You see what I'm saying? You don't know what kind of energy is on that. You don't want that energy. Remember, don't take it into the physicality. Take it through the Taurus field. Your Taurus field. Look it up. Your Taurus field. Right like that. Take it through the field. Send it back with love and gratitude to its source. Don't take it into the physicality. Never, never, never. Okay. You guys are very welcome. I love you. I love you. I love you. This is it for me tonight. And you know what? Look, we did it in an hour and a half. So that's pretty cool. I will see you Tuesday night. Everyone have a beautiful, blessed weekend. Walk in the light and spread the sparkle. You are the God Spark.